The Shamutna.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies.
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're...
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory? After all,
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a...
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could... He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps we...
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my... or if you will first destroy it.
Promise to be...
Did they fuck that one up?
Shut...
But
You just don't...
Huh.
Son,
Besides...
why not?
Because
Count.
I've had...
Mean you...
It's not a... Siana...
Her plan...
Do you care?
All in all, why not check up?
I am done. Or if you will first...
Promise to be careful.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on profession.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your...
Guess they could use a spit and pop.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean souls. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough, I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this informational how'd you get those letters?
Beckers brought them.
Why didn't you tell...
You didn't ask about
Beggars.
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you
I can't count, you know.
remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent... You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll...
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter. Them living here.
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such...
Decent folk you mention.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his
We'll let him finish this and then we'll talk.
I let you go for one.
Grey-haired puppy knobber. All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat...
What did they want from...
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Simple, isn't it?
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Boot Black in Rue de Garl.
The Boot Black. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Boot Black. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right?
I got one too. Gave it to the boot black. And fresh.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barth.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right. Take it. I didn't...
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck.
Nah.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Sienna planned it from the
Indeed, the logical
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful... Obscured the victims' links to Sienna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of...
Why would Sienna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for...
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually,
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil.
seems a bit
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Sienna locked.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a crim. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage.
Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate...
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior.
She treated Dettlaff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you.
Geralt, I knew from the start you'd best the beast.
Long live Duchessa Anna Henrietta.
Wolfie, was it you who bit the beast?
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna, urgently.
In the matter of?
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on...
Found some information important to her case.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no?
Promise to be brief.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison.
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator.
Because she turned her back on you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a...
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she...
I probably will.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Sienna, you were exiled when she was how old? 12? 13? She was a child. What was she supposed to do? Rebel? Organize a coup? Steal your father's seal and forge a pardon? She was powerless. Wiped you from her memory not because she didn't care, but because your departure was traumatic for her. She forgot because that was the only way she could handle the pain.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of 1,000 Fables. You really... with all of us living happily... Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would...
Farewell, Sienna.
Did I do it?
Commander de la Tour would like to see you.
Let's go. Want to see him too.
I guess we'll see. If she kills her sister, the queen, we didn't do it. If she doesn't, we did.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time.
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired... In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified sight. Let's begin the ceremony. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh...
Yes, your enlightened highness, all. Once the beasts had clawed the...
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is... For now, we shall award the Order of Vit...
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast.
such in more familiar terms now. I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of... The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits.
Feels like a second distinction.
I trust you shall make good use of it.
I don't know what about the fifth victim.
In a moment I shall speak. You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrend. As head of state, I must...
If my presence will help in any manner.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders, which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you... Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word.
It's true.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not...
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
Will she stab her? Did I do it? Did we make it? This work? They live? I was sure I messed something up, but I guess not.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks.